In a cozy little cottage nestled beside a whispering woods lived a bright-eyed girl named Lily. Every night, as the stars began to twinkle like scattered diamonds, Lily would snuggle under her covers, her imagination already dancing with the tales her grandmother told her of the forest creatures. One particularly still night, Lily found herself wide awake as the grandfather clock in the hallway chimed 12 soft, melodic notes. It was a sound she'd heard countless times, but tonight it felt different. A strange, gentle energy seemed to hum through the air. Curiosity tickled her nose like a stray feather. Pulling on her own fuzzy slippers, Lily tiptoed to the window. The moon painted the forest in shades of silver and deep indigo, making the familiar trees look like shadowy giants. As she peered out, she saw something truly extraordinary. From the depths of the woods, tiny lights began to flicker. Not like fireflies, but softer, warmer, as if they were coming from within. Then one by one, animals began to emerge from the trees. But these weren't just ordinary forest animals. They were wearing pajamas. A fluffy brown bear ambled out in blue pajamas covered in honey pots. A sleek red fox strutted by in a dashing green pair with tiny paw prints. A wise old owl, usually so serious, wore purple pajamas adorned with little moons and stars. There was a graceful deer in striped pink pajamas and a playful squirrel in bright orange onesies with acorn buttons. They weren't just walking, they were parading. They moved with a quiet joy, their pajama-clad forms glowing faintly in the moonlight. Some carried tiny, twinkling lanterns made of hollowed-out berries. Others hummed soft, sleepy tunes. It was the most magical thing Lily had ever witnessed, the midnight parade of animal pajamas. Her heart thumped with excitement. She wanted to rush outside to join their silent procession. But something held her back. It felt like a secret, a precious moment meant only for the animals and the quiet night. Night after night, when the clock struck 12, Lily would be at her window, her eyes wide with wonder as the parade unfolded. She learned to recognize each animal by their unique pajamas. The mischievous raccoons always wore mismatched socks as hats, and the sleepy hedgehogs had tiny eye masks perched on their spines. One evening, Lily's best friend Tom came to stay the night. Lily found herself bursting to tell him about the midnight parade. She imagined his face lighting up with the same amazement she felt. But then a little voice inside her whispered, "What if it's a secret? What if they only come out because they think no one is watching?" The thought made her pause. If everyone knew, would the magic disappear? Would the animals stop their enchanting parade? That night, when the clock chimed 12, Lily and Tom were both at the window. Tom yawned sleepily. "What is it you wanted to show me, Lily?" he mumbled, rubbing his eyes. Lily hesitated. The first few animals were just emerging from the trees. The bear in his honey pot pajamas, the fox in his paw prints. She looked at their peaceful, joyful faces. "Nothing, Tom," she whispered finally, tucking him back into bed. "Just some fireflies." Tom grumbled sleepily and drifted off to sleep. Lily stayed at the window watching the parade alone. A little pang of sadness echoed in her chest. She wanted to share the wonder, but the fear of losing the magic was stronger. The next morning, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Lily walked in the woods. She saw a small, shiny button lying near a patch of moss. It was shaped like a tiny acorn. She recognized it instantly. It must have fallen off the squirrel's pajamas. Clutching the button in her hand, Lily felt a new understanding bloom in her heart. The magic wasn't just in seeing the parade. It was in respecting its secrecy. It was a special world the animals created for themselves in the stillness of the night. From that day on, Lily continued to watch the midnight parade of animal pajamas from her window. She never told another soul about it. The acorn button became her most treasured possession, a reminder of the secret magic she held in her heart. And sometimes, when the wind rustled the leaves outside her window, she could almost hear the faint, happy hum of the pajama-clad animals as they quietly paraded through the moonlit woods. She knew in her own small way she was part of their secret, and that was a magic all its own.